Hello, hello, and welcome to the 4th edition of the Illegal Pancake Scramblecast.
Where we talk about more stuff than ever before in one podcast.
Kinda. It's more or less a rebranding of those, word salad title, kind of shorter, but not actually shorter podcasts that we've been doing, because it, angered Greg or something. I don't know. And it's easier to say. I don't know. It was... It was kind of tough coming up with some of those titles in a way that was both funny and coherent, but not really coherent. Yeah.
I like them.
Yeah, I did too, but Greg's like, oh, what is this word vomit title? And initially
that's the point. That's the joke.
Yeah, it's like people are going to look at it. You're like, oh, what's that? I don't know. But anyway, we've been kind of busy with other stuff, so we kind of got a lot of sort of smallish stuff to cram into one podcast tonight, but yeah, we're gonna get through it, and kind of starting off with a bit of a, I don't know, kind of a sad piece of news. Ray Stevenson has passed away at the age of 58. Most people probably know him as, well, the Punisher and Punisher Warzone. That one guy in Thor. What was that guy's name again?
I think it's Volstagg.
Something like that.
I only know that because I read an article about it today.
Yeah, I completely forgot he was in that movie.
I always thought he was played by John Rhys Davies, and I don't know why. Well, I do know why. It's because this character looks like Gimli, but at some point in my mind, at some point, somehow, I got those mixed up. I thought he was Gimli.
Yeah. He was also in HBO's Rome. He was also in RRR, which I did not know.
Yeah, he's the main villain of RRR.
Oh, that's awesome. That makes me want to see that movie even more.
Yeah, and in that movie, he's married to the evil Nazi chick from Last Crusade.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I didn't know that she was still an actress, but apparently she's still alive.
Okay. That is strange.
Yeah, it's awesome. Great movie. And then he was going to play as who I assume is the main villain of the upcoming Ahsoka TV show. And yeah, all we know about him is his name is Balaam, I want to say. And it's because if you watch the trailer with subtitles, it says that whenever he talks. Yeah. But he plays as a dude with a black outfit and an orange lightsaber, which looks pretty awesome if I had to go off anything. The show probably still will be bad, but it's got at least one cool looking character in it.
Yeah.
So I wasn't able to finish reading too much into his... Did it say that he died while he was filming a movie? It was in the middle of production of something?
Yeah, he was filming in Italy and he got rushed to the hospital. It didn't really say what he passed away from, which I don't know. It's kind of a private thing, I think. But
yeah,
I don't know. He's still young-ish.
Could be a corporate thing too.
Yeah.
Could have been he died in a stunt.
Yeah, that'd be really bad.
He doesn't seem like the stunt kind of person.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't even know what the movie... Well, I did read... I forget what the movie was. It sounded kind of almost interesting. So, yeah, bit of a shame.
Yeah.
Hope his family, well wishes to his family. Yeah, that's really all I got to say about that.
Yeah.
Oh, dang. All right. So, kind of moving on. This is something that Greg kind of threw our way, which, I don't know. I guess he's got his ear to the ground when it comes to Doom stuff compared to us. But apparently, director, movie guy, Neill Blomkamp, probably best known for District 9, Chappie, and Elysium, just kind of randomly tweeted a picture of the title screen from Doom, the Ultimate Doom. And people are
yeah, what does this mean? What does this mean? Are you just posting it because you like the game? What's going on? Don't throw me for a bone like that. Does it mean we're going to get another Doom movie? who knows? Who knows? Yeah. It's just weird that he did that. Obviously, it's leading to speculation. Is he doing it just so people will speculate? Who knows? I don't know if he's like an internet troll or not.
Yeah, I don't know.
So, keep your eyes open this summer at QuakeCon and whatever Microsoft's equivalent of E3 is, in case they announce a Doom movie or something.
Yeah, we'll just have to see. And I haven't seen any of his movies, so I can't really say if he's a good pick or not. Because I've heard District 9's really the only one that I've heard people say more or less across the board. Oh yeah, that's a good movie. Chappie was mixed. And same with Elysium.
Yeah.
Just from people I've heard, because, I don't know. They didn't really seem to interest me that much, but maybe I'll have to
those two movies don't really have, any, huge cultural impact. Nobody really talks about them. Especially Elysium. Elysium felt like such a generic movie when it came out.
Oh.
There was, some other movie that came out around the same time that looks exactly the same as it, I feel like.
Whoops.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess that's really all we have to say about that. If we learn more, well, we'll talk about it again, I guess.
No, we'll definitely talk about it.
Yeah. Kind of along the same lines, I guess sci-fi related-ish and aliens knockoffs.
Movies and video game-ish.
Yep. There's a new Starship Troopers game that has come to Steam Early Access. It's called Starship Troopers Extermination. It is a co-op FPS for up to 16 people, or I guess you cooperate against the arachnids. And really all I have to say about it is, yes, it looks like Aliens meets Halo.
Yeah. They do look more like Spartans than they do look like the Starship Troopers from the movies. And maybe it's not trying to go off the movies, but I think it is, because the arachnids look like the ones from the movie.
It's going off the movie. It's because Starship Troopers is based on a book.
Yeah, I haven't read the book. I know basically nothing about the book.
Yep, I read the book. All I know about the movie is that it's nothing like the book. Except for, some characters have the same names and, the arachnids, of course. But, yeah. It's all I can say about it, it's it's not based off the book, pretty much. Yeah.
It looks like it's kind of a wave, tower defense type game. It looks like you can build a fortress. When you kill arachnids, you get points, and you can use those to build, structures and stuff.
Yeah.
And, I don't know, that's kind of cool. I feel like in the rise of Battle Royale, wave mode type games have kind of died off. So it's kind of cool to see another wave type first person shooter.
Yeah. And I like co-op games. I kind of wish more games that had traditional multiplayer also had some form of co-op in them too. But just a purely co-op game, that's kind of nice to see. Yeah. I don't know if it's going to have any single player campaign or anything. I highly doubt it. So I just wonder if it's going to get repetitive after a certain point.
Yeah. I don't think it costs very much. I think it's only $25 on Steam right now.
Yeah.
So with a price like that, I can't imagine it having a ton of content right now.
Yeah. And it looks like it's kind of been well received, I guess. Holy crap, that was loud in my ears. Forgot to unmute that. But yeah, you'll kind of hear some mixed stuff if you look in the the comments or the customer reviews. You'll see a thumbs down, a negative review saying, "Oh, this game has too many bugs." Then you'll see another one that's positive. It's oh, this game has a lot of bugs in it. It's what are they talking about then? Are they talking about the arachnids or actual glitchy type stuff? I don't know. Or are they just leaning into it? It's confusing.
It is crazy. That's why I always trust Steam reviews 100%.
Especially the ones that are just pictures of the Ultra Chad or Uber Chad.
Yeah.
All right. So kind of continuing the trend of games that are actually sequels or I guess remakes. having the same or approximately the same name as another game in the series. Well, Mortal Kombat 1 has been revealed. Like, the trailer came out. Had to have been last week. So it's been out for a little over a week now.
This year is going to be the year of fighting games.
Yeah.
We've got a new Street Fighter, a new Tekken, and now a new Mortal Kombat.
There's a new Tekken?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't know about that. But anyway, apparently this is going to be a reboot, I guess? I don't know. I've been hearing mixed things. Some people are saying, oh, it's continuing off of Mortal Kombat 11, which I completely skipped. To be honest, I've skipped... Well, I barely played any of Mortal Kombat X and played a decent amount of Mortal Kombat 2011. So I don't know what's going on as far as the story goes. Apparently, Raiden and Liu Kang have pretty much swapped like roles in the series, and like this one takes place probably at the first Mortal Kombat tournament. So it's not going to be in modern times.
But let's be honest, nobody's playing Mortal Kombat for the story.
No. Not really.
There's
But
a few broken individuals who are, but...
Yeah, I mean, it gives you something to do, but at the same time, they don't let you do fatalities in it. Or really choose which character you get to play as, unless that changed in 11, but... Anyway, so the reason why we decided to talk about this is because of the Cameo DLC roster that has been leaked on Italian Amazon, of all places. Or, there was a listing for it on the Italian version of Amazon, or Amazon Italy, I don't know what they call it.
And before we say what they are, I just want to let you guys know, I thought this was a joke. I saw this online, and it said, haha, that's a pretty funny meme, I guess. But apparently this is real.
Yeah. Alright. So, just kind of going down the list real quick. I guess this also includes probably just standard combat pack characters, so I don't... But also, it includes, characters from previous Mortal Kombat games that probably don't fit story-wise. Quan Chi, Ermac, Takeda, Chameleon, Tremor, Johnny Cage, and two others named Movado and Farah, which I think that was the weird, Master Blaster guy from Mortal Kombat X, if I remember correctly. But the big ones that we want to talk about... Okay, I don't know what order is more hilarious, but okay. Peacemaker from, DC. Homelander from The Boys. And Omni-Man from Invincible. Then another really freaking weird one. Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Just regular Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Well, actually, no. It's going to be a skin. He might be a skin for Johnny Cage. It's not entirely clear.
Makes sense. You think it's going to be young Jean-Claude Van Damme, or is it going to be modern Jean-Claude Van Damme?
I think, I don't know. I forget how old Johnny Cage was in the last game he appeared in, so they might try to make him roughly the same age.
Yeah.
Yeah, but...
They might try to young him up. But, those other ones are just so weird. And, Homelander, come on. Homelander would get knocked out of Mortal Kombat so fast. No. We've all seen Death Battle. We've all seen Michael Davis's videos. Actually, I don't know how many of you have, but he has a really good video on why Homelander sucks. There's gonna be no competition. He's gonna lose to Sonya.
But Omni-Man, on the other hand...
Omni-Man. I can't wait to see his fatality moves.
Beating his opponent to death with the body of Invincible.
Yeah, beating him up with his son. Not him and his son are fighting together. He's grabbing his son and just smashing him.
Yep, calling it now.
It's just crazy. It's just insane.
Yeah. And I can understand Peacemaker being thrown in there because the Nether Realms is, I guess, kind of, it works with, I don't know if they're owned by, like, Warner Brothers. So they had the Joker in the last Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, there's been a lot of DC crossovers with Mortal Kombat.
And of course, what is
the name of those games?
Injustice.
Yeah, the Injustice games had a few Mortal Kombat characters in it.
Well, yeah, because that was made by, those were made by NetherRealm Studios.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. And then, of course, the infamous Mortal Kombat versus DC Universe. So, yeah, that Peacemaker makes sense. Homelander and Omni-Man are kind of random, but I guess those are both, if it's the TV show versions of both, then, like, I guess that makes sense. Amazon, I don't know if they just, like, kind of are like, oh, yeah, here you go, Warner Brothers, you can use these characters. But I guess, Invincible will have its second season coming up, so I guess it might kind of
They said that season 2 of Invincible will come out late 2023, so I'm predicting December 30th, 2023. That's my predicted release date for the show.
Alrighty. So, a couple months after...
yeah, a couple months after Mortal Kombat. But hey, they have to teach the kids, all the kids buying Mortal Kombat for the first time are going to go, who's this Omni-Man character? And they'll get introduced to Invincible, which is a show that kids should not be watching. But if they're playing Mortal Kombat, I guess they'll be fine.
They're on their own.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, I don't know if I'm exactly excited for Mortal Kombat 1 yet, because, like I said, I haven't really played much of the past two games. I'm not really overly excited for Street Fighter 6 either, because, I don't know, I'm not the biggest Street Fighter fan. Mortal Kombat I tend to enjoy a bit more, just because it's more of a, beer and pretzels type game. It's much more, it has much more of that sort of appeal. Like, it's easier for people to play.
And Mortal Kombat has cooler characters.
Yeah. There's, like, fun and interesting characters.
Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely compared to Street Fighter. But yeah.
All right. Shifting topics.
What is even left?
The board game.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So you know that the board game that I've been chilling for. Which one? I don't know.
Yeah.
No. So I haven't really been like doing anything on the Resident Evil remake board game from Steamforged Games. Kind of because, I don't know, like I kind of want to wait for it to come out before I because I want to do a review of it. I don't want to really cover news of it and new topics and stuff, because you can find that all on the Kickstarter page and whatnot. But the latest update kind of interested me because it kind of touches on one of the big things from my pre-Kickstarter wish list from back in October of 2021. So more or less what that is that there is an enemy Wesker mode as well as a Traitor mode that you'll be able to do in your campaigns for the game. So I don't know if you read what I sent you, Robbie.
I read some of it.
Okay.
Not much, though.
It's pretty much what the enemy Wesker mode ends up being, and I guess, friggin' spoilers for a remake of for a 21-year-old remake of a almost 27-year-old game. Wesker's a bad guy. Oh boy, and you're not supposed to find that out until the end of the game, but I guess the Steamforged was like, oh, how about we do this thing where we just make it gloves off from the beginning. Wesker's a bad guy. And he's pretty much been turned into a version of Nemesis or Mr. X. Yeah.
That's funny.
So he can kind of appear like a normal enemy in the game. And has a lot more that he can do. It's almost similar to the PvP characters that they had in the Resident Evil 2 board game in a way, kind of half going that way, because they say that player whose turn it is next gets to control him and decides what he does. He can interact with enemies, he can open doors and I think he can steal items and stuff. In other ways, he's just like a nuisance and stuff.
Like in real life.
Yeah. So I guess that's a way of making the game a little bit harder, probably, and just like changing it up a bit. But yeah, that really wasn't what I like. It's kind of a new and an unexpected thing, I guess, for me. The real thing that I was hoping for, and they've kind of delivered on a bit, I guess, is the Traitor mode, where like depending on what happens in the game, like one of the characters can be revealed as like the traitor, and it doesn't have to be Wesker. It can be anybody.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah. That was the thing I was hoping for. Like, and it sounds like it doesn't always happen. Like, it doesn't always have to happen. Which is kind of interesting, because I wonder if there's, like, any way to, like, game that.
Yeah.
So what happens is, like, there are these... When you're not playing as a character, they get added to, like, this little reserve area. And you can have them do stuff, I guess. Like, little side missions for you. And depending on how those go, or I guess even depending on how stuff in the main scenario goes, like they get these little suspicion tokens added to them. And once they get like 5 of them, they get removed from the game. They get labeled as the traitor, and then bad stuff happens, I guess. They didn't really go into detail on what that is or what exactly happens because of that. I was almost hoping for like a hidden role type thing, but that would have been really hard to do. You know?
Yeah.
So yeah. I'm definitely looking forward to that a little bit more.
It'll be cool.
Yeah.
All right. So the last thing we want to talk about is I just recently played a demo for a game on Steam called the Tartarus Key. And it's kind of a throwback game to the old PS1, PS2 horror games like Resident Evil and Silent Hill. And I have to say, there's a lot of things about it that I actually kind of liked. And it definitely does a really good job of capturing the look and the feel of those older games. I mean, it doesn't use pre-rendered backgrounds, but like it still is very much in the style of those, older, pixelated, early but not primitive 3D. And again, it's a survival horror game. And I don't even know if it's technically a survival horror game. It's just kind of a horror game. So far, what I played of it, it's kind of a virtual escape room type game. You play as some girl named Alex who gets kidnapped, and she wakes up inside this old mansion, and you kind of have to use puzzles and clues. It's kind of like one of those old PC adventure games, but not quite as dickish. But you kind of have to solve little puzzles in each room to move on to the next. And you have to solve the mystery of who kidnapped you and why. And the thing is that every room has a security camera in it. So it's at least implied that whoever's kidnapping you is watching you, either for sport or some other reason. And you do find another person who's been kidnapped as well. And again, like, it's only a demo, so you don't get to see super far in the game. There's a good chance that there could be other people who are trapped in the mansion, assuming it is a mansion. But at this point, I don't know if there is any supernatural elements to the game. It could just be a weird, twisted serial killer nightmare thing. But like I said, like, it really gets the look down, and it does like some type of filter over the screen, which I usually hate this. But in this case, I think it works really good, where it makes it look like it's being played on like a tube TV. So like, I think it looks really good, and I'm curious where the game's going to go to. It'll probably show up on the Halloween Recommendations podcast. But it's really cool, and again, we've talked about this before, about a lot of the boomer shooter throwbacks. And there's some good ones, there's some bad ones out there too, but this is kind of that, but it's for the old PlayStation horror games. So, like, I think it's cool. I'm probably going to buy the full thing when it comes out, because I am that impressed.
Yeah. Kind of going back to that whole whether or not it's survival horror, there doesn't appear to be any combat in it, correct?
So far, there hasn't been any combat in it.
Okay. Any
Well,
form?
that's not to say that later in the game there could be enemies or something.
Yeah. Because that would be the like indicator for me. It's just, horror game.
Yeah.
But, sort of like Amnesia.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like I didn't get a chance to check it out yet, and I probably will soon. But yeah, doesn't make it a bad thing. It just means it's...
No. It is different. That was one thing that I kind of did like, was that it is an homage to those older games, but it also has its own unique feel. It's not like those freaking, hey guys, it's a Doom throwback where you play as a space marine fighting demons on Mars. Isn't this such a original? Doesn't this take you back? Yeah, it takes me back because it's the same game. Like,
yeah. Or hey,
it's not one of those.
Or hey, look, here's this really awesome throwback boomer shooter that's actually just a replica of Doom 2016. Yeah. Like the 1,001 of those that there are.
What if there was a character who acted like Duke Nukem? Doesn't that remind you of Duke Nukem?
I'm gonna be honest. This is kind of a sidebar. I hate the term boomer shooter. Can we just stop using it? I
kind of do too. I don't know how I feel about it.
I don't, because there's already it's an FPS. Like,
yeah.
And it's like classic style FPS. Or
well, the thing is, like, do these throwback games count as boomer shooters? Because I feel like boomer shooters should be referred to, the shooters that created the genre.
No, a lot of them don't, because, like I said, they're emulating Doom 2016, which Doom 2016 is trying to emulate a bit. It's sort of trying to feel like classic Doom, but at the same time stepping forward. So
I feel like Doom 2016 took notes from classic Doom, but a lot of these games are just trying to be Doom, which is fine. I like Doom, but again, like, I don't know if I should count 2016 as a boomer shooter. I really feel like you shouldn't count Doom Eternal as a boomer shooter, because that is such a different game. Yeah.
Yeah, that, the Wolfenstein, like the recent Wolfenstein games. I guess maybe the newer Shadow Warrior games. I'm not 100% on that because I haven't played them. I barely played the original.
If somebody sees a game that isn't a tactical shooter, they're like, oh, it's a boomer shooter. It's like, it could just be a shooter, like...
Yeah. Halo's technically not a tactical shooter.
No, but shooter? I wouldn't call it a boomer shooter. I see people calling it boomer shooters, but I'm like, that's like, no.
Yeah.
No.
Fortnite is a zoomer shooter.
That is
usually when you
term.
Yeah, usually when you shoot someone in that game, you shoot kill the character. Oh, it's a 10-year-old kid.
Mm-hmm.
Character, that is.
10-year-old kid playing as a IP.
Yep.
Oh, that's who they should add to Fortnite. No, to Mortal Kombat. Indiana Jones. Just take him out of Fortnite, put him in Mortal Kombat.
He's in Fortnite?
Yeah, he's in Fortnite.
When did that happen?
If there's a Funko Pop of something, it's probably in Fortnite.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, that's rough.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I thought you were going to say, like, one of the generic, like, Fortnite characters. I don't know what to call her. Like, Joey or whatever.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't either. I played that game before everybody else started playing it, and then I realized how horrible of a game it was.
Yeah, I played it, like, twice, and I said, this is hard, and I don't feel like playing it.
Yeah. Oh, dang.
Are there any other, like, old games that you wish there was a throwback to? Like, I feel like we're kind of in, like, a throwback game renaissance.
I've said it before, like, I wish that, like, the first two Max Payne games would get, like, a remaster or something. I think there have been, like, games almost in that style that have come out. I can't think of the name of them. There's one that was more or less like a first-person Hotline Miami where you play this guy that looks like John Wick. That was kind of almost in the same vein, but like it was more trying to emulate Hotline Miami. It's like be very twitchy. Some other like low polygon type game that I think did that as well. Yeah. Those are awesome games. But yeah, friggin' Remedy just they announced I think they announced the new Alan Wake game.
Yeah,
but
which is weird.
Yeah, it was really weird. But they honestly should do a remaster of Max Payne, even though I guess I don't know. It's at least nice that they're making a new game as opposed to
that's true.
Just crapping out remakes like I guess Capcom has kind of been doing. So yeah, Max Payne style game, or I would like to see and I guess we're technically getting it with the Silent Hill 2 remake, but like a more of a Silent Hill approach to survival horror.
Yeah.
Something like that, or even like a Condemned, that's more of an action game. Yeah. I don't know. Or just something that's like a combination of those. That would be cool too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. There's nothing at the moment that I'm really overly thrilled for.
Yeah, I can't think of anything right now either. So sweet. Well, I guess that's the end of our spiel.
Yep. Oh yeah, one more thing, and I honestly should have led with this, but we are 10 subs away from 400.
That's right. You know what that means?
Hunted.
Blind playthrough.
Right. And we still got to figure out how we want to do that.
Yeah.
Because honestly, I would
we'll start thinking about that when we get another 5 subs.
Yeah. But yeah, it probably would be a while even after we hit the number when we actually do that. But either way, we're close.
Mm-hmm.
So we probably should be a little bit more productive with coming out with stuff. But I don't know. I got a couple of videos.
I think one of the problems is we recorded a podcast a few weeks ago, and then I was editing it, and I was like, no, this is too good. This is going to be a video. So.
Oh, is that what happened?
Yeah.
So
I'm pretty optimistic for that video when it gets finished. It's just taking me longer than it should.
Yep, and it will be a good one, especially the thumbnail, which took me all of 5 minutes. But Rob has been actually I don't know how long it's been since we recorded that. However long that's been, that's how long he's been editing the actual video portion of it. But yeah, it'll be a good one. Look forward to that. I don't want to spoil it, but it's going to be interesting. And maybe we might do a Resident Evil 4 remake, dang it, review at some point, since you played through it. I am kind of I don't know how far I am into it. I'm close.
Who was the last dude that you fought?
I think Bullet Sponge No Pants, the bug guy.
Oh, that guy. I call that guy Venom.
Oh, okay. And then I don't know who Bullet Sponge No Pants is. I'm in the room
Bullet
with
Sponge No Pants comes towards the end, and I meant to call him Bullet SpongeBob No Pants, but
okay. Yeah, we've come up with all these cute names for a lot of the enemies. Right now, actually, I just got to that I don't know, factory works room with the lava floor that has a trapdoor into it, and the 2 BDSM gigantes.
Yeah.
The trolls. Yeah, one of them's totally wearing BDSM gear. It's creepy. Midget Napoleon is a kinky little son of a bitch.
He really is. He's a bad dude.
He's a very bad dude.
All right. Well, I think that ends the podcast.
Yep.
Man, talking about this makes me want to play Resident Evil 4 again.
Okay, well, you unlocked Mercenaries mode. I'm surprised you haven't checked it out.
I checked out one of the modes. I checked out the one where you play as Ada.
Oh. Yeah. Yeah, there's 2 of them, I think. But there's also Mercenaries, which is more like an arcade mode. But anyway, I guess we don't end this video. Something.
Yep. Just to let us know what you want. Bye.
Or don't. Bye.